Welcome to Casual Swinger. If you're under 18, the following podcast is not appropriate for you. The subjects and language are for mature audiences only. If you're not mature in nature, just make sure you're old enough to vote. We don't take ourselves seriously, ever. No guarantee is given regarding the accuracy of any opinions or statements made on this podcast, our website, or our blog. It's all in fun, folks. This isn't Dr. Phil. Now, consider yourself, the listener, properly advised. Welcome back to Casual Swinger, everyone. This is Mallory.
And Mickey.
And nice to see you folks again.
Hey, it's a new year.
It is a new me. No, I'm the same kinky bitch I was last year.
I was going to say, you felt kind of like you did last year, but it was still good. I'm not complaining.
Awesome. That's good to know.
Yeah, we had sick husband sex this morning. That was nice.
We did. But you did well. I was proud of you.
But
you really put your back into it.
Back into it.
On your side, but...
I'm still not feeling good. Like that whole meet and greet, like I got sick again.
You have to stop kissing all of the peoples.
I can't help it. There's so many beautiful people. I have to kiss all of them.
Yeah, germs, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm literally drinking hot tea while we're recording this Swinger podcast. The first of 2020. And what are we calling this one? Is that poop?
Oh, definitely poop.
Definitely poop.
I know that doesn't make any sense to anyone right now, but we'll get into that later. We didn't anticipate having this conversation for our first episode of the year.
Honestly, I didn't think we'd ever record an episode called Poop.
Yeah, me either. There was some hilarious conversation around the fact that we seem to attract it or something.
I guess.
We always talk about it.
Have a lot of poop stories.
Yeah.
I don't think we should have poop stories, and there's a lot of peas and poop, so we could call it shit stories or shitty stories.
Yeah, or crappy stories.
Random shit, fun shit, silly shit, stupid shit, but actual shit?
Yeah.
I never saw that coming.
Oh, man.
That was like...
I'm still befuddled.
Yeah, so we're going to get into that a little later, and today we also have Swinging in the News for you guys.
Yeah, this one's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's a New Year's thing, right? There was a New Year's party out in California that didn't quite go as planned, so we're going to talk about that at the end of the show today, just to kind of fill you guys in on the goings-on and how we're being treated, and maybe we'll even touch on the NCSF, and there's some of the FOSTA lawsuits that are going on out there. I mean, we'll touch on that too. We'll see how much time we got left. But
sounds good.
All kinds of fun stuff. So before we... get into all that. Maybe the...
you want your crappy ads?
My crappy ad section, which would make it fast, so don't tune out, guys. Don't go too far forward, because we do have all kinds of crazy stuff going on. You know, it's funny for me, anyway, like Christmas ends, and it's like immediately, now you need to buy stuff for some other Hallmark holiday that doesn't...
Oh, you're talking about Valentine's Day? Because it's around the corner?
Exactly.
It's actually like the perfect sex toy holiday, though. Or sexy... holiday.
That's true, and we are a retailer, so we need to support the Hallmark holidays now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about Valentine's Day is coming, and Casual Toys has a brand new supporter, which is one that really excited us, honestly, when we found out about it.
Fangirl.
Yeah, so We Got a Thing has now a supporter of Casual Toys, which I'm very excited about, and they have a code. That code is WGTPC. That stands for We Got a Thing Podcast. That's their code. You get 20 off if you use that on casualtoys.com. So go check that out.
Right on.
Buy some new stuff. And I think we're going to put some packages together for you guys for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're looking at some items. More to come on that. I think I have my go-to list, and I think it's pretty complete. And I'm interested to see. Maybe we'll post it on social media and get people's feedback on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
I just want to see them use it.
So speaking of toys, we just lowered the free shipping, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We lowered the threshold to $69 because, $69.
Mm-hmm.
We lowered it. And, as we grow and as our shipping costs go down, we'll lower them for you guys. I know that's kind of a pain, right? When you go in there to order a pair of panties and shipping is like $8.
Yeah, this is not by any means part of our retirement plan, but I have a great affection for toys, and I love that we carry high quality stuff and we can make it as affordable as possible for other people.
Exactly, and honestly, we're just passing it on, right? I mean, our distributor charges us a handling fee of like $5 for small orders, so
Yeah.
That's where we get smacked, and that's why the prices for shipping look as high as they are. We're not actually making any money on it, but we're lowering those prices as we can and getting them down for you guys. $69. It's nothing wrong with a little $69 on Valentine's Day. So we'll do some other fun stuff between now and then too. But also, I heard a buzzing noise coming out of the bedroom the other day. A nice loud buzzing noise.
Did you also hear the tumble that came afterwards?
When you fell off the bed.
Yes, that would be my high massager.
That's right. We actually have a code for high massager too. If you want to go to womenandcouples.com and check out the high massager, which is kind of our all-time badass favorite sex toy, right? Is that
it's
up there?
It's unlike anything else I've ever experienced. And I've had the rideables like Sibian Motor Buddy, the Hitachi, some of the really like popular strong ones. This one is just completely different because it does get those other nerve clusters. And the design of the vibrating, I call it a snout, but I know that's not the word for it.
Look
but
like
it looks like Squidward's nose. Yes.
Call it the snoot.
Just the snoot, yes. But the placement of it, it's just, again, unlike anything else I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
Very intense.
I can't personally say. It just feels like it vibrates like hell. That's the thing as a guy. I have yet to find anything that's better than good old-fashioned jerking off as a dude. They've got all these pocket...
You'd rather jerk off than have sex?
No. That's not what I meant. I mean, like, in terms of sex toys.
Oh, okay.
Wow. See, that almost got me in a lot of trouble, folks.
I know.
You almost heard the death of Mickey Casual Swinger right here. But no, I'm just talking about like sex toys in general. Like the Quick Shot Boost is really cool. It's really neat, but I can still do it faster by hand. Like, I don't know what
because it's a sprint.
Yeah. Well, so masturbation for a guy is a sprint, not a marathon.
Well, and it may be because that's what you're accustomed to. So it's something different. So it takes you a little bit longer to get in that headspace or the right feel for it.
Maybe.
So I would encourage you to stick with it and try other things too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get one of those hot octopus. It's like it looks like a selfie stick with like a thing on it. I don't know, it looks neat, but I'm gonna try it.
I totally support that.
I mean, I know a guy that sells sex toys, so I think I can probably pick that up.
You're so funny.
That's all right, though. So, look, I mean, that's a cool sex toy, and you get that at womenandcouples.com with a Casual Swinger code. It'll save you $50.
Right on. So, can I just, go on and on about Double Date Nation right now?
Can I just go on and on about Andy?
Oh, my God, and Dave. Okay. Is it getting warm in here all of a sudden? No, I am in love with this platform. I spent some time on it this weekend, just going through the different tools and how to find people and, messages.
Just easy.
It's easy and it's so pretty. And I know that sounds maybe a little like vapid or something on my part, maybe a little vain. But
it is a very pretty site, and they did a great job on it. I mean,
they did a
Dave's
brilliant
brilliant.
job.
He's done such a fantastic job building that site. I think the only thing they're missing is you, honestly, our dear listeners, right?
Yeah, please give it a shot. You can get how long free?
3 months.
3 months free.
Casual 19 is the code. Yeah, so I think what I had done is I put casual as the code in your notes, and that was wrong. It's actually casual 19. So
Got it.
I was saving you.
I'm just going to shut up and let you run the show.
No. Mallory's looking at me going, you just stole my line. I'm going, no. I would have been wrong, and didn't want to do that to you.
That's excellent. What else do you have to say?
That I am a fool for you. I love you so.
You got the first 5 words correct.
I'm just a fool in general. That's all right, though. Well, hey, what are we doing here? We got, what is it, 5 weeks to Hedo?
Yeah, 6 weeks as of yesterday. So it's right around the corner. I posted on Twitter not too long ago. I'm literally negotiating my outfits for the week. I'm super excited to be there with all our rascals.
Right. And I guess we're doing some sort of a twisted toga night or something. So.
I'm not really sure what that is. It's what's under your toga, I guess. A big penis? I don't know.
We had to figure that out.
I did find these really cute sock puppets that I think would might be fun.
Oh, so Mallory just got to look for me, folks. I'm like, a what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a puppet on my penis.
Happening. Yeah. When you can do the ball trick. So yeah, you can do the ball trick and it'll make it look like it's talking.
Yeah, I
or at least
we could.
Moving. I don't know. It looked cute.
Anybody out there looking for a last-minute escape? We're only 6 weeks away. We are going to Hedonism 2 with Rachel's Rascals in February. That's actually a really, really great trip because it's a little more relaxed than our November trips, which are just balls to the wall craziness all the time. We still have a couple of rooms available for that one. You can go to casualswinger.com, travel with us, And that email will go to both Mallory and I, and will go to Jim over at Rachel's Rascals. So.
Woohoo. And you know what I found out this past weekend when we were hanging out with everybody over at Secrets?
What?
Is Euphoria, our Naughty Escapades, and Double Date Nation are all going to be in Jamaica literally the week after. We're missing them by like 5 days.
Oh.
So you and I are coming up with something fun to do or leave for them, since we're going to be so closely aligned as far as our weeks go.
So we're going to set up some kind of a scavenger hunt or something for all of you out there that are going with Double Date Nation and Euphoria Chronicles, and who else? Our Naughty Escapades. So they're all going to be going to Hedo. So we're going to leave some goodies hidden around the resort for you that you can find to enhance your trip.
Yes, I think the tie-in, the hook for them is going to be they have to post about it on social media in order to get their next clue.
I like it.
So
I like.
I know
think. You're a creative genius. Evil.
No, I'm just insane, and I'm very odd.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe that too. But anyway, so we got that going on, and let's see. I mean, let's see. We've got Nashville coming up in April, which is going to be awesome.
That's turning into a party. We heard Rascal friends of ours are going to be in town the same time.
Right. I'm really excited they're coming down. They're coming down from like butt-fuck cold Canada too.
Like literally the tundra.
Yeah. So I'm really excited they're coming. Plus they're sexy as shit. So it's going to be fun to have them there.
DDN, our Naughty, Euphoria. Anyone else?
Just showing up again.
Let's fucking party.
So we're going to Nashville in April. We're going to go see Randy Rogers at the Ryman Auditorium.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Another little Red Dirt Texas country band that we love.
Oh, yeah. So I'm very excited to go see Randy and the Ryman, which is church. You know, if you're into music at all, Grand Ole Opry and the Ryman Auditorium are just church. So we're going to do that. And then in May, we're going with two of the sexiest, coolest, most fun motherfuckers in the world to see Bert Kreischer in Dallas.
Isn't that April? Yeah. This is why I keep the calendar, bro.
Well, then why do you let me write these things down?
Because you like to. I don't know.
I'm stupid. I really wish you'd go through my notes.
No, we'll be in Dallas in April, end of April.
Okay, so not May, April. Don't listen to Mickey. Listen to Mallory. But we're going to Dallas. We're going to see Bert. We're going to hang out with Average Swingers, which I love. Jane Angie.
I can't wait to hug and kiss all over those guys. I miss them so much.
She's got big boobies. I mean, I just figured out.
That was your add-in there. That was your affirmation that you wanted to throw out. She got big boobies.
She's got huge
boobies. My God, I'm going to kill you.
I'm very excited. And then what? There's a possibility that maybe we're just going to pack our shit and head up to Toledo in August for the Euphoria film party.
I'm twisting your arm as hard as I can. I think it's doable. I think we can navigate our personal time off in order to do that. I don't want to miss out this year. I really don't. Okay. And I'm not even a film person. I just want to hang out with all those people.
Twist lower. It works better.
With both hands?
Punch the tip.
Plus coconut oil.
Oh, yeah. Coconut oil.
Got it.
Daddy says yes. And then, last but not least, for crappy ads, how about PCAP in May?
Oh, fucking A. Dude, we're almost 80% sold out, aren't we?
Yeah, it's... we're going to run out of rooms for this thing. And you know, Kate just came down to Florida. We did the whole Secrets thing, which we're going to talk about here on the show today. But after she left us, she actually went down to Miami and did a bunch of video grabs of the rooms and the pool area and all kinds of stuff. So I'm actually a little bummed out right now because, you know, we bought her that replacement toy that she lost and sent it to the hotel, but it didn't get there in time. So she actually has a replacement for her Crave sitting at the hotel.
She either lost or stolen like so much shit while she was here between her visits with, you know, Jay and Angie and then over here in Florida.
Someone stole her skirt. She had to leave Colette without clothes. Like gave her a trench coat.
Like that's a little creepy, right? Like a souvenir.
Well, maybe they're wearing it on their head. Who knows?
God knows.
That's all right, though. But, hey, make sure that you check out Podcast-A-Palooza. That's podcast-A-Palooza.com. You can get all kinds of information about the hotel and your room and what podcasters are going to be there and what sessions we're going to be doing. And funny enough, one of the sessions that we're going to be doing, well, it's shitty.
It's not shitty. That gives the wrong impression. Oh,
I just figured the theme of this episode is shit. So.
No, but shocker, there will be an appearance of poop in our discussion.
Yeah, there will be. So, you know, we struggled about what to call this episode. We finally decided, of course, on, is that poop?
Yeah.
And then, you know, some of the other ones, what were some of the other ones we had?
What the shit?
Episode 3, the Phantom Shitter.
I forgot about that. Shit happens for shits and giggles.
1 shit, 2 shit, red shit, blue shit.
Ew. You know, awkward. I actually shit blue once after my 21st birthday.
How does that make the show?
I don't know. It just, I had this flash memory. I got really hammered off what they call fish bowls. So it has what is it, blue Curacao?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
and it has a ton of that in there. And I was 21 and very naive. And like, I called my sister-in-law the next day and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm dying because there's Smurfs in my toilet. I don't know what's happening to me.
I'd lay off the acid if I were you. I mean, really?
We're going to cut that out because that was really embarrassing.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm totally leaving that in.
No.
But, so it's all fun and games till someone shits the floor. So stick with us and hear a little bit about our utterly epic weekend that we had at Secrets Hideaway with our friends here just south of Orlando in Kissimmee, Florida. We had, let's see, who did we have? We had
Oh my
Sapphic
gosh.
Swingers.
We finally got to meet Sapphic Swingers and we might as well be neighbors. I mean, they're like 3 hours away from us. And those bitches are amazing.
Oh,
I'm so in love.
Yes, absolutely adore those two. I mean, they came walking in the lobby, waving, and Tiff had this giant flag that says "fuck shit up," right? And oh god, and it just went downhill from there. So we had Sapphic, we had Ray and Dee from Euphoria, we had Kate from Swinging Downunder, we had Mixed Nutzz, which is Corey and Brenda, and a whole shitload of awesome listeners.
Yeah, Double Date Nation, Dave
Double
and
Date
Andy,
Nation, Dave and Andy.
Our Naughty.
We had so many great people there, and poop. So.
And yeah, I still can't believe there was human feces.
Yeah, that made its way into the weekend.
Included into the weekend.
You're going to find out all about that here in a few minutes when we come back to get into the meat of, is that poop? Definitely poop.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell everybody where to find us and we'll be back right after
Oh,
this.
you guys know who we are. It's Casual Swinger everywhere. That's STC, SLS, Cassidy Quiver, Double Date Nation, and any of the other dating platforms. You can find us as Casual Swinger on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. And if you want to shoot us a message, please feel free to do so. Podcast@Casual Swinger. Now, if you love us and want to give us some props, we do love our affirmations. So feel free to hit us up on iTunes and leave us a review.
There you go. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Casual Swinger. Hey everybody, welcome back to Casual Swinger. I'm still Mickey.
And I'm Mallory.
And this is that poop episode.
Oh my gosh.
Or what the shit?
I think I have a little PTSD, like post-traumatic shit syndrome. I don't know.
Beans were a crappy idea.
Oh, that was terrible. I told you when you were making all that barbecue to bring down there, and you had, guys, ever been to like events that are catered by like, like a restaurant or a barbecue place, and like it's the biggest aluminum pan you've ever seen in your life? Like that's what you made.
I did. I made a lot of them.
And I'm going, I don't know if beans are a great idea given the audience, but I mean, we're there already. So by all means.
Who invited William Shatner? No. Someone has pooped in the floor.
Yes. That did not translate well. But I'll give you 1 point.
All right. Dookie Howser.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure whoever that turd burglar was will never announce themselves. Because we did try to figure it out, because we got in that conversation once we figured out. So someone pooped on our floor. I don't think we actually said that. So let's go back a step. Someone shit in our room on the floor. How this happened, we have no idea.
We don't.
And we never found out who it was. And the discussion amongst the group was, do you go around smelling people's butts to kind of figure it out? Because no one's going to volunteer that.
Like a dog.
Yeah.
All right. So let's back this thing up a little bit. All right. So the shit went down in O-Town. Here's what happened. So Kate reaches out to us a couple of months ago about co-hosting at Secrets. Mm-hmm. And she said she wants to come to town, go check out Secrets. We're like, fuck yeah, we're all in.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an hour from our house.
Yeah, that's our backyard and the opportunity to see her.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yes.
It's our home club. And then once we started announcing that we were doing all this, a bunch of other podcasters jumped in.
It
was crazy out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Like people traveled long distances. Euphoria Chronicles, Our Naughty Escapades. I mean, they live up in the Midwestern area.
They do. Double Date.
Yep. I mean, Mid-Atlantic.
These guys all came down just to hang out with us, and we thought that was so cool. And we'll hang out together, not just with us, and it just was so much fun. And we thought this is going to be so cool. So if you guys, I know we've talked about Secrets before, but let's talk about what Secrets is.
For people who don't know what it is. So Secrets is both a club and a quote unquote resort, like a LS hotel.
Yeah, they call themselves a resort and spa, and that might be a little bit of a push.
I think that's a little bit of a stretch when I think of a resort and spa, because we do live in the land of Disney, where we travel for fun. But I get what they're going. It used to be like an old Ramada.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I tell you, just in the years we've lived down here, they have done so much good work to that place.
You can tell they've put a ton of money.
A shit ton?
I almost said shit ton, and I didn't want to keep the puns going because I'm sure you have plenty teed up.
I do.
Oh, hold on to your pants, folks.
Well, if they kept their pants up, our floors would have stayed clean.
So, I mean, but they have the 2 pools occupy opposing sides of the courtyard, 2 hot tubs, 2 tiki bars. They have outdoor bathrooms. Like, they've done a wonderful job. They did, new pavers outside. Oh, yeah. New lounge furniture, plenty of seating and coverage outside.
Yeah, and new little stage area for the kind of an auxiliary DJ area out there. I mean, and they're doing, they're always doing something at Secrets. But again, like Mallory said, there's Club Secret and then Secret's Hideaway. Secret's Hideaway is the hotel. And Club Secret is the lifestyle club, which is, the dungeon, the playroom.
Right. You don't have to stay to attend the club.
Correct. I mean, you can come and visit the club and not stay at the hotel. We do that all the time. But that's what those 2 things are. And again, it's a former old, garden style hotel. But they have a heated conversation pool, 2 hot tubs, bottle service areas in the club. They're really fancying the place up.
They are. Yeah, agreed.
So, generally speaking, I'm a fan. So what we rented there is one of their deluxe rooms, or premium room.
Yeah, I mean, after figuring out that there's going to be a lot of, people and listeners and other folks there, we're like, well, let's make sure we have a space so that we can open our door, offer it up, and give everyone an environment just to hang out and relax, because the club opens at a certain hour. We anticipated the likelihood of the weather, because this time of year it's kind of 50-50.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. It could be 85 and sunny or 60 and raining. You just don't know.
Exactly. So we got the double room. So it was super long. One side was a bedroom area with a badass shower, and the other side was like a living space with like almost a full kitchen.
Yeah. So they knocked down the wall between these 2 rooms, front and back. And the front part is a living area with a stripper pole and couches and a 70-inch TV on the wall and a big Bluetooth tower speaker and a kitchen. I mean,
it was
really
perfect.
Nice.
And for the amount of people we ended up, seeing, I mean, it did get a little crowded, get a little loud and crazy in there, but it was really nice to have that space to feed people lunch and have a little pregame before going down to the club. And I loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And that big shower was super neat. I think you probably fit 12 people in there.
So I tried to do the camp counselor thing, because Friday night when we got there, I was there. People were, coming and going, and it was right before we were all going to head down to the club. And Friday's a little quieter, so it was kind of like this little mini invasion we were trying to do. And I announced to the room, I'm going to shower if anyone wants to join me. And I turn around and I get in the shower and I look, and nobody's there.
I didn't even hear you.
I had to wash my own ass.
I think there should have been a line to wash your ass at that door. I've seen your ass. I know what it looks like. I love that room. It was fantastic. The beds were pretty comfy. I mean, a big 70-inch TV back in the bedroom too, and a sex swing. Hello.
Yeah, we made use of the sex swing.
We did.
For sure.
Yeah, I just kind of swung you there while I banged you. That was fun. That's just a really great room for hosting. And we rented this big old room and just a great experience, right? All these people came in. We had 15 pounds of brisket, 30 pounds of pulled pork.
Yeah, you cooked your ass off. You really did. I'm super impressed with as much as you got done.
I'm surprised that was a lot of food. Too.
Because I looked at you, I was like, I could order pizzas.
And in retrospect, the beans may have been an error.
Oh my gosh! Still,
we had music, we had dancing and laughs.
Oh my gosh! And Sapphic and Kate putting on the show.
Oh yeah,
with the flamingo slippers and singing show tunes. I won't get too far into detail, But that was epic.
You probably have to articulate that a little bit.
So we were like, I was drunk texting. It was probably morning for her, right? Because it was nighttime here. And I showed her a picture of my slipper against the Christmas tree. And they're just these cheesy, fluffy flamingo slippers. And I fucking love them. And she seemed to love them as well. So drunk Mallory orders Kate a pair and gives them to her. So somehow they ended up on one foot of Tiff and one foot of Kate's. And then the next thing I know, everyone's singing the song from Chicago.
He Had It Coming.
Oh, yes, that's right.
It's like the something blues or
yes.
But they were singing it at the top of their lungs, and I'm like, there are a bunch of lesbians singing about knocking a guy off. This is not a room I need to be in. This is not going to end well for Mickey. I did not want to die that day.
I didn't think about that at the time. He had it coming.
I'm like, no. He's leaving. He doesn't have anything coming.
Well, way to set the tone, ladies.
Right?
No, but I knew, like, at that moment, I looked around and I was like, this is going to be so much fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and they were just getting teed up. This was just Friday night when hardly anyone else had shown up. The resort was dead because it was right after New Year. And I honestly thought it would be dead all weekend, but so many people came out to party with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Saturdays typically are a little bit busier, but there were a lot more listeners and other folks that showed up.
There were, and I got to give a shout out to Erin Yates from Secrets Hideaway. She's the marketing director over there, and she was so accommodating to us and helpful and just awesome. So, if we had to back up and talk about some of our highlights, first of which, everybody kind of like once they realized we were hosting in our room, one of my favorite things was how everybody went and got stuff that they brought.
Oh yeah,
and contributed.
All of a sudden, there was extra booze and mixers and snacks, and like everyone just participated and contributed. That was awesome.
Yeah, I thought
it's kind of like the whole theme of the weekend, right? It was that great energy that everyone kind of brought to the table.
Yeah, just sharing happiness
positive.
And energy. It was really awesome. But I think my highlight, and I know it's your highlight because you get all like googly-eyed when you talk about Sapphic, but they were a highlight for me. Meeting those two was huge.
Yeah, they have an immense amount of positive energy. Absolutely adored them. Don't call me out because I'm blushing right now.
I know you are. But look, if I don't care who you are, man, woman, or otherwise, when Rachel looks you in the eyes and just kind of it's like she's looking into your soul. If you don't get tingly in your special places when that girl stares at you, something wrong
literally
with you.
from my nipples down.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, is this what an epidural feels like?
So, the whole let's fuck shit up became a rallying cry for the weekend at that whole resort. And what about Euphoria and just Ray and Dee's kindness? I mean, I don't know how to say enough nice things about them.
They never cease to amaze me. Such good human beings. And like when we did that round of charades downstairs, like we're in the club because it's raining outside, and we did adult charades. They ran that. She was helping DDN do this like win a wheel, spin the wheel thing that we were doing with all the DS. Like they just naturally take a position to assist others, help the environment, bring positivity and fun. I mean, in the cups that everyone had, I don't know if people saw them on social media, but that's all D. Like they're just constantly doing for others.
Yeah, and I actually have, I don't know if you noticed, but so one of the guys that was setting up for Saturday night and he was decorating, he had left the hospital to show up for work. And he was struggling, and Dee noticed, and she went and talked to him and realized that he had basically put himself out to show up for work because he needed to work. And she grabbed somebody from our group and said, we're working. That's what's happening. And she went and helped decorate the whole club for that night for Secrets. That's who she is. So what a great lady.
They literally, and I think I said this to him, I'm not sure, and if I didn't, I should. They, like, being around them makes me want to be a better person.
It's not hard to be a better person. I'm as low as they come. But I will say that no fart boxes were punched. But you did accost Ray in the hot tub.
Oh man!
I looked over and you were climbing him like a spider monkey.
I got a little sassy. I don't know.
I don't know if you were trying to protect him from those two predatory females in the middle of the hot tub. Maybe that's what
exactly
you're doing.
What I was doing.
Okay.
Yep.
So you were being altruistic.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll buy that.
Yeah. Oh, it was absolutely self-serving.
Right? Was he dying? Did you have to breathe something into his? Did you have, like CPR?
I wanted to see if my skills were up to par with what's current, since it's been a few years since I've taken my certification. Haven't heard back.
I saw some mouth-to-mouth going on over there.
Hey, we don't talk about that on this podcast, mister. It was innocent, guys.
It was
He's
very
making
innocent.
it more nefarious
It was
than what
very
it was.
sweet.
It's totally
yeah.
innocent. I only grabbed his pee-pee twice.
Speaking of pee-pee, what about that girl that went underwater in that hot tub to give a blowjob?
Okay, can I just say, I'm gagging a little because you know me and germs, and like kudos to you for getting your deep dive free diving license or whatever the fuck it takes to do that.
Pearl diving.
First of all, it's like 185 degrees.
Yeah, it was hot.
That hot tub was hot, and also. Water's not a great lubricant, and like that's all in your like gullet and lungs and like sinuses now.
Yeah, it was not. I mean, she went down on a guy in the tub and went underwater, and I only noticed because I turned my head slightly to the left, and all I saw was butthole. Like her ass was sticking straight up out, and her head was underwater.
Maybe that's how she was breathing. She's getting oxygen back into her bloodstream. It's her blowhole.
What the hell?
Mean. Stop.
No. I'm just saying, you said she was breathing through a hole in her ass.
Okay, moving on.
Well, that was fun, though. I think that for having a lot of single guys, it's just kind of another referendum on secrets, by the way. For having a lot of single guys. That was single guy night on Friday night. And
actually
were all pretty
was.
respectful.
It actually was. We saw a handful just around the hot tubs, which is a little more than usual, right? Like we'll see one or two maybe on a non-single guy night. For me, I was with you and Ray and Dee for the most part, but I didn't feel like they were being intrusive, like watching their behaviors and how they interacted. And some of them just sat there and waited until somebody engaged them,
right? And
which I think was a good call. I
got to give a highlight to one in particular. He kept walking by the room when we were having the meet and greets. Yeah. And he went back to his room. He was a Frenchman who was in Orlando on vacation.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and I won't say his name, but I know exactly who that is.
And he came back and asked if he could come in and party with us. And we said, of course.
Absolutely.
Come one, come all.
Yeah.
And he brings in a bottle of French champagne.
Yeah.
And donates it to the group. And so I poured some for everybody, and we all had a toast.
Yeah, that was super cool.
He was just a super nice guy. So I thought that was pretty neat.
I thought you were going to talk about the guy that like poked his head and was like, you?
Oh, yeah. Girl, you got rhythm. I remember him.
I'm looking around. I was like, me?
You were grooving Saturday
Dude,
night.
I had an out-of-body experience, and my butt had a mind of its own, but I was having a great time.
Oh, you had a great time. I felt like Hugh Hefner.
Did you? Oh, yeah. That's right.
I'm sitting up in the VIP area, and I've got...
Dude, he is surrounded by gorgeous women, and I'm out there, and I look a little silly wearing our jerseys.
Yeah,
say casual swinger,
jerseys.
and I got like these big like socks on and my little booty shorts, and I'm just kind of bouncing around in my chucks and having a great time, right? And I look over my shoulder, and you're laid up on the couch, and you got one arm behind the girl, and you're kind of like cozy up in your corner, and they're pouring drinks for you, and they're laughing and they're smiling, and I'm like, dude, it must be good to be king.
It was awesome. I'm not
right
gonna
on.
lie. And what that was that the good folks from Playhouse LV came out and joined us.
That's right. It was so nice to meet those guys.
They were fantastic. They were so nice. And, they were complimentary of everything that Secrets was doing. And they talked about some things that they do. And just, I don't want to call their names out because I don't know if they're out, but I'll say the owners were just, first of all, she is just a drop dead stunner.
Dude,
like, she looks like Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, doppelganger for Nicole Kidman, but I would even say prettier.
Yeah, drop dead stunner and nice, just incredibly nice. And then the girl they had with her was a little cutie pie, and I was having a great time. I had a lot of fun.
You had a wonderful time. But yeah, they actually did something really cool with that VIP area because there was a little bit of miscommunication. Mm-hmm. And remember how they cut that one half off?
Oh yeah.
And there was that one person that wasn't really kind about the whole situation, and then they jumped in and were like, "Nope, that's not okay. We're taking care of this."
Yeah, they
was
actually
cool
bought half the VIP area for all of our group.
Yeah.
And on their own dime, no questions asked. They just did it. I gotta tell you, if we go to Vegas, we're going to Playhouse LV to see those guys because they were super cool to us and so welcoming. And they hung out with everybody and had a great time. And I know they hung out for a few extra days too. Here, just being on vacation. I think it was their first vacation in 2 years, I heard.
2 or 3 years, like quite some time. They rarely leave the Vegas area because, you know, of their involvement in the business and whatnot. So, yeah, again, wonderful to meet them. Yeah. What about Bob and Nikki? Can we call them out? Because I've been texting her like every day, like, I think I'm obsessed.
She's talking about our Naughty Escapades, and that is a fantastic little podcast out of the Midwest. They're just the kindest, nicest, friendliest people.
Oh
and
my God.
We had such good. That girl can dance.
Yes, she can.
Like Nikki can groove.
Uh-huh.
I was like, hey, baby.
My soul sister right there.
Mm-hmm. She was cutting a rug, and Bob's just goofy as the day is long. I love him. He's awesome.
I think
he's my spirit animal.
You guys are a hoot together. Like, I can't stop I did not stop laughing.
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah.
We can't take anything seriously.
No. And that's perfect. That's totally my speed.
I love how he walks into the room. I met him. He's ass naked. And I'm like, and he goes, it seems that I'm the only naked person here. And that went on for hours. He was the only naked person in the room. He's like, whatever, I'm naked. And then the next day, he goes and they played with somebody, and he shows up and he goes, I'm half cocking it. I went, what? And I look down. He's got no pants on. He walks in, just dick swinging.
Which is funny because I do that all the time around the house. I was like, yeah, totally get it. Yeah, you should breathe, man.
Oh, so awesome. And he's like, I just had great sex, and now I'm going to get drunker, and I'm having a great time. And I just, God, I want to be him when I grow up. I really do. He
Legit,
just lives like at 1,000,000 miles an hour to the fullest.
All right, so let's talk about the meat of this episode, if you may.
No,
is this the best segue?
The beans, the meat,
the meat and the beans,
the cheese.
All right, I gotta find my constitution here because I am a little scarred. Even with my limited nursing background that I had like 1,000,000 years ago, there's something about identifying poop in your presence. Like, I'm stuttering, I'm gagging a little bit.
It was shit.
It was shit.
It was shit.
So with this long double room that we had, the bathroom is centrally located, right? The little shit closet.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. So it's kind of perfect in a lot of ways, right? Because it's right there. No issue with anybody using it. Like, everything seemed completely normal throughout the evening.
Except the toilet was square.
It was a very weird toilet. And I didn't know, I'm so uncultured, that a bidet, there could be like a handheld bidet. Like the squirter, like, for your kitchen sink, kind of like how you pull it out on the hose.
That's the thing my grandmother used to give people a bath with.
And I'm sitting there with a bidet.
Well, it looks the same. It's just like a little squirt
in the
gun.
Sink. Okay, I was like, why did you get showered in a bidet?
Well, my life was weird.
Yeah, that toilet was really weird. But I mean, everything seemed normal. Everyone's having a good time. Music's playing, and then we start to migrate the group out to go down to the disco, and everyone's kind of filtering out in small little groups. And it hit me that there was a very unpleasant smell in the area, and I heard you guys laughing in the kitchen. I don't know who are you talking to?
I was talking to Dave, Double Date Dave. So I'm standing against the wall with Dave, and we were talking about geek stuff, and I went, dude, is that you? And Dave goes, yes. I thought it was you.
You guys thought each other farted. That's great.
And I'm like,
it's the beans.
What the hell is that smell? And then I started like sniffing my shirt because I thought maybe like it had been left in the washer, and I was like, because it was kind of musty and funky.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah,
okay.
It smelled bad.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, maybe that's what this is. And my shirt smelled great. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad I smell good, but this room doesn't. And then I said, who farted?
Yeah.
And then that's when you were like, who shit?
Because you guys, it took me a minute to figure out what you guys were doing and talking about. And I thought maybe like someone just like destroyed the bathroom. Maybe they had a lot of beans and it didn't go well. And then I was going to blame you for that.
Thanks for that.
But I look there's footprints on the white tile floor, kind of like the Marauders map on Harry Potter.
Marauders map.
I kind of looked down, and as I got closer, it really hit me in the face. I'm like, oh my God, that's poop. And that's not like dog. That is human feet. That came from a person's butt.
At first, that's what we said. We said maybe it came in from outside. Maybe somebody stepped in dog crap. And then we realized that it came from the back. It came from the bathroom.
It literally came from the back. There are footprints leading out of the bathroom, down the white tile hallway, out the door.
Right, and then, but the thing that really bothered me the most is how the footprints just spread out once they got up to the
only
dancing
one
area.
thing bothered you the most? Everything about that bothered me. Everything. I was accosted. My olfactory senses were molested.
It was grotesque.
We had to clean it up.
Yes.
And then the whole time, like, we'll never know how that happened. Like, were you standing there taking a whiz as a guy and like gambled on a fart and lost?
Well,
like a little turd slipped out and you just didn't know?
Fired a torpedo right there.
I mean,
listen, I think the thing that actually bothers me the most is there were probably 40 people that left that room before we realized what had happened.
Yes.
So those 40 people think that our room stunk. They think it was us.
I wonder if they all had that conversation like, do you need some like Imodium or like some Pepto because someone's been farting in there. I mean, maybe it was assumed because of all the beans. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not making beans for a swinger event again. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But I think I was telling Peter, who's the manager, the next day what had happened.
His explanation was kind of maybe plausible.
Maybe, but I expected him to be a little more like, wait a minute, someone shit in the floor.
He was not surprised at all.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Him.
Does this happen?
I was like, dude, is this like a common issue here? He's like, well, maybe somebody was doing anal and then, they were nice and loosened up and
just a turd popped out.
One just slipped out. I'm like, okay, so now
how does a turd just slip?
I don't know. I know we Scooby ganged all over that place trying to deduce like what had happened and how this went down.
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, Scooby gang, whatever you want to say. But at no point did I go, maybe somebody just parted ways with a torpedo right there. No. Ew. And I guess I totally get them not like coming up and telling us this happened.
Oh, yeah. Because if it were me and it was an accident, like, no fucking chance I'm telling anybody that happened. But like, at least kick the turd to a corner so nobody steps in it. Like, really, like, all of it was kind of bad and awkward because we had to clean it up. And
we were skating around on Lysol wipes.
Oh, yeah. And you're
swish,
there, like, holding your nose, like, No, solidarity, motherfucker.
No, you handed me my Lysol wipes and said get to work.
Yep.
I got to give Dave and Andy credit. They hung in there and watched at least, and they helped us clean up our room. And what absolute awesome people to stay for that shit show.
The shit show.
I mean,
we gotta tell Jay and Angie.
Right? Have you ever had something so humbling happen and you just don't know how to talk to people?
Anyway.
That's our life. We actually had a guest stay over at our house once that shit the bed.
Literally.
Yeah.
When we say, I think we mentioned this earlier, that like there's something about this that just follows us around. We end up talking about it. It happens to us. Like,
I don't know.
The dog shit on your chest.
That's true.
She sharted on you.
The dog sharted on me. We're talking about a 130-pound Rottweiler. She leaned forward and I took one right to the chin.
What have I done? What have I done in this life to be surrounded by it? You just said you're going to hell.
What? Clearly,
I want to be a better person.
I'm already there.
And
I've got shit on.
I had to clean up poop.
Oh. So we had a meet and greet at Secrets with 5 other sets of podcasters. And if you count Double Date, but they're vloggers / podcasters / dating site.
Absolutely.
And someone shit on our floor. That happened right here in River City.
I'm speechless at this point.
It's one of those things where we don't really care at this point who did it. I think it's funny and it's a thing, but it's it's a way to we'll never forget this weekend.
No, never.
So how was your weekend, dear listeners? Did that happen to you? Anyone shit in your floor?
Yes. I'd really like to know if this does happen at like other LS get-togethers.
Well, I think the Fluffs had somebody shit in the pool, like 2 or 3 years running.
Yeah.
But I remember maybe they figured out who was doing it. They had
They figured out who it was.
Did they?
Yes.
I'm a little concerned if we have another meet and greet at Secrets that the Phantom Shitter will make a return, but hopefully not. If
that's your thing, like do it with consent in the privacy of your own room, please.
I will never consent to that ever. No.
Yeah.
You got to break one off. Go do it on your own time. Don't do it in the middle of my floor while people are dancing.
Yeah.
So anyway, we had a great time at Secrets. We had so many friends come down to hang out with us, and we're going to repeat that. We're going to go to Nashville. We're going to go to Dallas. I think we're going to go to Colette with Jay and Angie in April.
That's amazing.
That's going to be fun. And
we're
going to Menage.
Very blessed right now.
Yeah, we've got so much good stuff going on. If you guys have an opportunity to come out and play with us and hang out, we'll keep you updated with our calendar.
Before you try to tie this up, though, like there was something I really wanted to talk about, and it wasn't poop.
Oh, I would love to talk about something other than poop.
So did you notice that when we're on and we're doing like these meet and greet stuff and whatnot, like we struggle to like actually engage and like do lifestyle things while we're there?
Oh yeah, we never get laid.
Because there was some hype energy going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was there right in front of me. And like, I almost like it was short circuiting my motherboard. Like I was just going insane and I wanted it so badly, but I didn't know how to turn off the camp counselor thing.
Well, and I mean, we had a lot of people in our room and everybody was there to party and be entertained. So we were doing our best to do that. But I mean, there were no less than 3 couples that we absolutely wanted to connect with.
Oh, absolutely.
That were in our room at the same time.
Yes.
And that's actually a challenge in and of itself. If you've
Sure.
got more than, I mean, how do you pick one? Or do you just invite them all back and say, let's party? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we can get into like the logistics and navigating it, but my struggle is crossing that chasm of like being able to feel like I'm permissed to play in those environments when I feel like my job is to be kind of the muse and maybe like that mom role. I don't know. It's weird. I just wanted to like call it out and identify it so I can work on being better.
So I think what you're going to create, and I really think this will work out in your favor, is that our podcast friends and our listeners that show up for our meet and greets are going to look at you and go, okay, Mallory, you're done working. We're going to play now. Bye-bye, everybody else.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I did get ballsy with somebody. I gave him my name tag.
Oh, you did. You went up to a single guy and go ahead and tell people what you did, because you should pat yourself on the back.
I don't want to give too many details, but apparently I'm not a big flirt. Like, I don't really do it well. I can engage affectionately with other people, but like legit flirting and throwing lines out there, so not my thing. I'm just not good at it. So I try to play to my strengths. I hit it off with this person. We had a pretty good chemistry, and he engaged with me and was basically threw it out there that, he'd like to get to know me. And that kind of like just got in my head. Not, I want to play with you. I'd like to see you naked. Like, I'd like to get you to know you. And
oh,
I'm interested.
Is that code like Netflix and chill?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But the girl I was that night, apparently, I had my Mallory name tag on. So because I knew I wouldn't be able to turn my brain off from the mode that I was currently in, I gave it to him and told him, I'd like to get this back from you at another time.
That was bold.
It was pretty bold on my part. I'm in my head, it was more eloquently put because his reaction was very visceral and very positive. So like I fluffed my feathers walking away a little bit. I was proud of myself.
I was in the club, so you were shaking your ass anyway.
Yeah. But the next morning, I'm like, the covers up under my eyeballs going, I can't believe I did that. Did I really do that?
You did. I absolutely loved that weekend. I mean, yeah, there was a bit of a shitty interlude, but there were so many great things that came out of this weekend. Oh, you want the womp womp? Here we go. Find a way to fit that in every time. Maybe not. But anyway, I just feel like it was a great opportunity. And if you guys do get an opportunity, and it doesn't matter if we're there or not, to see, a group of podcasters together, there's so much fun when you get lifestyle personalities together because they communicate. That's what we do. We're like communicators to the nth degree.
Right.
So getting those folks together, you get to have a lot of really great conversations. And one of the ones that I really enjoyed was when that very single guy, he talked to another couple about how to talk to you because he didn't know how.
That's
and
true.
They gave him a really good piece of advice. So he comes up to me and he goes, hey, I just want to let you know, I think you guys are great and I'm having a good time. Thank you for inviting me into your circle. And I'd like to get to know your wife better. Is that okay? I mean, and I was like, man, whoever gave you that advice gave you great advice. Always walk up and make friends. And he did that. And I think that played out well for him.
It did. So we're texting.
Yes, you're texting like 12-year-old children. That's all right. But hey, we're going to come back with Swinging in the News. We're going to talk about a New Year's Eve party where nobody shit in the floor, but some other stuff happened and there were some angry parents. And that sort of thing,
it was very interesting. And I'm curious to know what your stance versus mine is.
Yeah.
Or our opinions.
So we'll come back with that in just a couple of minutes. Mallory, you want to remind folks where to find us, and we'll get out of here.
Oh, come on, guys. You know who we are and where we are. It's Casual Swinger everywhere. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also find us on SLS, SDC, Cassidy, Double Date Nation, Quiver. And you want to send us a message, that's podcast@Casual Swinger.
All right. We'll be back in just a second. You've been listening to Casual Swinger.
Hello, everyone. You're back with Mallory of Casual Swinger.
I wonder, could it be Mallory of anything else?
Mallory of the, I don't know, maybe? Should I find like my knight's title or something? I don't know what you're getting at.
Mallory of the Glade.
Of the Glade?
I don't know. Leaf Shit's Pudding Bane or whatever.
Oh my gosh, you're such a geek.
I'm Mickey, and you're still the Casual Swinger. We're going to cover swinging in the news. Given that this is our first episode of the new year, there was it made national news. It made CNN, it made Fox News, it made every
it was all
newspaper.
over the place. So this is about a lifestyle party that was hosted at a DoubleTree hotel.
Yes. And it was a group called Allures, I believe is the name of the group. And they tend to throw these parties fairly often, it would seem. It's just a kind of a hotel party. I mean, these happen all over the country.
Right. And in our research, we found out they have some tenure. They've been hosting for quite some time. Mm-hmm. So this is not a new event, not a surprise. They've been working with the management team in this specific hotel for quite a while.
Yeah. So this hotel's used to these people. They know that they're respectful. They know they don't cause problems. And they keep getting invited back year after year.
Right.
So what happened?
So what happened was apparently a family, father of four, or a family of four. The father had booked a room there and then found out that this party was happening and was irate.
Yeah, very angry, called the hotel and said, you should have told me this was happening and you should give me a refund because I'm not going to bring my kids to a place where this is happening. And, I actually am with him on this one.
Okay.
Right? If there's going to be an event and it's an event, it could have been a biker rally, right? If you and you're like, hey, I'd rather not be there when that's going on. Would you mind giving me a refund? I think the hotel probably should have accommodated.
Yeah, and I think they denied his refund first because it was New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah,
no holidays, it's and depending on the method you book, in a lot of cases you don't get a refund anyways, no matter what day it is. So I get that. Yes, they probably should have. But think about this. We travel a lot for our vanilla jobs. How often do we get to a hotel and there's an event going on, whether that's a fundraising event or some sort of seminar or 3-day convention? All the time.
All the time.
How many times has the hotel notified us that an event is happening?
Never, ever.
So is this any different?
I don't think it is. And honestly, so the extent of my agreeing with this guy and his behavior and the statements that he made, that's the end of it. I do think he should have gotten a refund. But he really went out on a limb. First of all, a couple of quotes from this guy, right? He says, people that are paying good money to stay at the Hilton should be aware of what's going on, especially if they have families. There's a hot tub there, and there's crazies in that hot tub. Well, what makes them more crazy that night than any other night you take your kids to a Hilton, a Marriott, a Hyatt? It doesn't matter.
I got news for him. If you're staying in a hotel, I guarantee you somebody in there is a swinger.
Yeah.
Someone else who's staying there is already a swinger. So you have a crazy on deck already, if that's how you classify him.
Yeah. And he comes in, he does not give his name because he's not willing to come
he
out
wants to be anonymous
against this. And he says, I have no problem with what people do. I'm at the point where I don't want to bring my family into that environment. And I think it's totally wrong that Hilton is putting on something like this. Well, number one, Hilton didn't put it on. Hilton's a hotel. Allures put it on, and Allures paid to be there, and so did everyone else that's coming. They paid to come to an event. They paid for consideration, and they're getting it. They have the same rights that you do.
Correct.
And if you don't like it, don't go. Now, that's why I said that he should just give the guy a refund. Not a big deal. You don't want to be here for this, that's fine. But I'd love to know how he found out it was going on.
Yeah, in all the articles we read and the research, I did not see anywhere.
Yeah, I didn't either.
How they found out. So obviously the hotel didn't tell them, right? Because there is protection of privacy for groups, events, and guests, right?
Yeah.
So it's a real fine line between that transparency and ethical, right? Do I think he should have got a refund? Yes. But I think a lack of understanding of maybe what that is. And I can see where someone who doesn't know the parameters, how it would be upsetting to them and bringing their children to a hotel.
Yeah, I mean, I get if he's, totally weirded out by lifestylers, but, every hotel party I've ever been a part of there's been a lot of notification to people going, hey, we're not here alone. Keep your play to the play areas. Keep your clothes on elsewhere in the hotel.
Right.
And, I'll tell you, lifestyle events where it is a full hotel takeover where we own the hotel.
Completely different.
They can charge a premium for that.
They
because
really
it's
can.
So much better.
Yes.
I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But that's nothing against Allures. Allures did all the right things
and
said all the right things. And so did Hilton. I like that Hilton stood their ground and said, we support everybody. And if people want to book here, they can book here. And these guys have been great customers. I mean, Hilton was great. I think the only thing they did wrong is they should have just given the guys money back just to go the hell away.
Right. Well, in interest of customer service, it's probably the right thing to do regardless. But one of my questions to you is, why do you think the media picked up on multiple outlets?
I think they picked it up strictly because the word swinger gets clicks.
You think so?
I think that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. It's just a dispute between a guest and a hotel. And because it had something to do with swingers, it got picked up by every newswire. And
I'm going to go out on a limb and say because he chose to remain anonymous. I don't know that he was the one pushing for this to get picked up by multiple outlets.
Yeah, I think he was.
What do you think?
I think he was just kind of a dick about it, and he wanted to raise hell and make Hilton suffer, and get some. And I don't think he thought it would go any further than ABC 13 or Modesto Bee or any of that. I mean, this was in Sacramento, California, so I don't think he really thought it was going to go any further than that. It ended up on the front page of Fox News. I mean, of all places, like Republican Central, and it was on their front page.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, right. Well, that's just it. The word swinger gets everybody. I mean, it's just like somebody shitting in the floor. It's shock and awe.
No, that's just shock and disgusting.
Shock and
I don't want to talk about poop anymore.
So, hey, one more thing for swinging in the news before we get out of here, because I think this is pretty cool. Back in the early days of Casual Swinger, we talked about a series of laws called FOSTA.
Yes.
Which is basically Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act. That's what FOSTA is. And NCSF, some friends of ours over at the National Coalition for Sexual Freedom, have been supporting lawsuits against FOSTA to bring it down, because their concern is that legislation will lead to frivolous lawsuits.
Right. We were talking about this earlier today, the frivolous lawsuit. That there's a ton of them out there. Like we were talking about, isn't there some guy like suing Craigslist?
Yes. Well, it's the same lawyer who's running around suing anybody and everybody that ever had anything to do with anything that would have violated FOSTA. In this particular case,
and it predates when the law was ratified.
Yes, it does by 10 years.
Jesus.
Craigslist took down their dating sites in 2010.
Yeah, the personal ads. I remember that, yeah.
And we talk about Backpage. Backpage has been gone since before FOSTA was made a law.
Right.
They raided that place a week before FOSTA took effect.
Because he started suing them, and then now it's Craigslist.
Well, and also MailChimp, ironically enough. And this is where he's really stretching, or she,
MailChimp?
rather. It's a female lawyer.
This is where I have a gap, where I don't understand why MailChimp.
Okay, so what this person is doing, so MailChimp was the email marketing function for Backpage. And so they said, by virtue of the fact that you serviced Backpage, you violated FOSTA 10 years ago, and you should be held liable today. So this person is filing a commercial lawsuit. It's all on a TechDirt article that we'll actually put in the show notes for you, where you can see a little more information about how FOSTA is actually hurting legitimate businesses. And of course, we all want to stop sex trafficking. No one wants sex trafficking to occur, but it's killed personal ad sites. It's made it more difficult for people that are of less means to be able to do dating online.
Right, because now the requirement is to pay for membership.
Yeah. And of course, it's made life harder on swingers. But, what I really see now is companies like Craigslist and MailChimp are getting sued for stuff they did years ago, not something they're doing today. Craigslist actively took their dating sites down because it wasn't worth the risk of what could happen and the violations and the remedies that are built into FOSTA if you do violate the law.
Interesting.
So I thought it was really interesting, and you guys might find it interesting too. This is one of those, something kind of tickled Mickey's brain, so I thought I'd throw that in there for you guys. But, swinging in the news today is all about New Year's Eve and a father that didn't even like the idea of going to a hotel where swingers might be, and a lawsuit that is kind of having wide-reaching implications for everybody that's not even in the lifestyle or in sex at all.
Now you know.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle.
Oh, is that G.I. Joe?
It is.
You're such a geek.
I am a total nerd. Guys, this has been fun. I know we talked about some stinky stuff today, but I think it was kind of neat, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. And you'll come back and join us again on Casual Swinger. You want to say bye to everybody, Mallory?
Bye, everybody. I love you.
You guys have been listening to Casual Swinger.